Good.
What's up? What's going on, everybody? We're back with another live stream today for you guys.
Back.
No
Eric.
No Eric today. But Trent Brown, we finally have his contract numbers. We got those the other day. It was 1 year, $4.4 million.
Steal.
Absolute steal, considering we can still draft right tackle in the first round.
That the thing with that was Latham, like apparently didn't, or he didn't test at all, did he? I know I was on the Latham, and apparently he didn't test, or he's not testing.
Yeah, it's hard when linemen don't test too, because like the Bengals, obviously the last, I'd say 5 years haven't necessarily drafted linemen well, you could say. And you always want to draft athletes at the lineman position, especially when he probably won't be a starter right away. You kind of want to make sure that that guy's at least, somewhat of a natural athlete, to where if he has to move inside or outside, you can. Plus, you're not taking a huge hit not playing right away. You can build him up in the offseason as well. Kind of weird that they don't test. I get it. Like, those guys are probably first round locks, but it does kind of make you scratch your head a little bit. I mean, Latham not as much because he's such an athletic freak. Same with Mims, but guys who have injury prone history, it's like you'd rather see them test.
I don't see why everybody's on the Mims train. Everybody is wanting Mims after like his injury history and stuff like that. But
I don't know. All I'm going to say is we got some attitude in the locker room now. Trent Brown.
I like Trent Brown.
He's a dog. Like, especially you want a guy like that on your team who is the bigger bully. Like he's not afraid.
He wants to be like in those one-on-one situations.
Yeah.
He loves being out on an island.
Yeah. He's huge,
which
man.
in our division is kind of good.
Yeah, we got like TJ Watt, Myles Garrett.
Yeah, so I'm excited to see what he can do. Hopefully, he can stay healthy for us.
I was kind of shocked on the 1 year. I thought it would be like a 2 to 3 year, personally. I'm guessing with it being such a low price tag, kind of like a prove it type deal, where he can test free agency again. But if he comes in and balls out, I wouldn't mind keeping him, bringing him back. How old is he? 30? 29?
He is on the older side. I'm gonna look it up.
Just curious, because I know the Bengals obviously notorious for not signing guys into their 30s, but you're pulling it up his age. But if I had to guess, I think he's like 29 to 30. But
yeah, he's definitely
turn around.
Yeah,
he's 30.
30. Yeah. So, not shocking with the 1 year deal. I just kind of thought it would be a little bit longer of a deal. I don't know what you guys
What's
thought.
his birthday? Does this say April?
I don't see it. It just says
30.
93 is when he was born. So what?
Here, scroll up a little bit.
It's 93, so he'll be 31 this year.
April 13th. So he'll be 31 in April.
So this season he'll be 31.
Yeah.
So if he balls out and maybe we don't get like a tackle, or maybe they don't look as good, you think we might re-sign him? I don't know. He'd probably get a bag if he actually like balls out from somebody that the Bengals won't be willing to match that pay and stuff like that.
Possibly. GB asks, do you see the Bengals grabbing a running back early?
I don't see it until maybe our last pick in our third round.
Because I'm a big Trey Benson fan. I do like Blake Corum.
It helps that the Bengals
are
like cheap.
The guy from Tennessee.
Like the Bengals are really cheap at running back.
And I heard they were looking at Estime.
Estime would be like a fourth, fifth, maybe.
I could see it from our last third round pick that we got for
that consolation pick. Yeah. I could see that.
I think if like a Benson's there in the late third, I think they take him. But I think if some of those mid third rounds, high second round running backs are gone, I don't think they reach on a running back personally.
Yeah, and GB also said I'm hearing a lot of Zach Moss can't replace Mixon because Mixon is a top 5 back in the NFL. I don't think Mixon's top 5 anymore, but I think just personally.
Yeah, I mean, Mixon had a lot of usage. Like, if you look at usage rate at running back, he was top 10. Obviously, I mean, he was pretty much a bell cow back. Got like, 80% of our rushing snaps.
He's probably top 5 in the bell cow back. That's not really a thing in the NFL anymore.
So
it's more split.
So, like, Zach Moss isn't coming in necessarily to replace him. I think Chase Brown and him are going to complement each other to replace him.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be very, very split this year. I think that's kind of why they started, introducing Chase Brown into the offense later in the year. I think that he's going to definitely get a lot of plays earlier this year than obviously last year. Just because Zach Moss, not saying that he can't be a true number one back, but Chase Brown and him as a duo is going to be a lot better than just either one of them in the backfield alone.
But I wouldn't be shocked to see Chase Brown get a lot more carries than what people are expecting
for sure.
Either, because I do think he's really explosive.
Yeah, I think it'll be like a 60-40 split.
Especially with like Trent Brown on the right side. I think that does open. I mean, I know he's not like the greatest run blocking right tackle there is, but I think it does open up a lot.
And from the sound of it, Zach Moss was on the Kay Adams show. It sounded like it was between us and the Cowboys for him, and I'm glad to see. I mean, obviously,
chose us,
he chose us, which it makes a lot of sense. But I wonder if they said, "Hey, like, if we bring you in," I guess obviously they would tell him, "If we're bringing you in, we're gonna," because he probably had questions like, "What are you guys doing with Mixon or something?" I wonder how that all went down. Obviously, we probably won't ever know, but
I think the Bengals already knew they were moving on from Mixon.
yeah, it's just they wanted to make sure they got their guy, or maybe not their guy, but
I think even
good
if
replacement.
they, because obviously they signed Zach Moss and then got rid of Mixon, like it was pretty much bang bang. I think that they probably already went into the offseason knowing they weren't going to want to pay that $8 to $9 mil for Mixon, which he got $9 mil at Houston. So they already kind of probably had that plan to bring in somebody like a veteran like Zach Moss. But even if I think even if they didn't land Zach Moss, you know, that guy necessarily, they would have brought somebody else in, like a vet type guy, and drafted probably higher. But I think bringing a Zach Moss in who is capable and does produce, kind of gives you the opportunity to not have to draft a running back in the top 3 rounds if you don't want to. Now, if they would have not landed Zach Moss and traded Mixon, and you know Chase Brown's the only really back that we have, I think they would have drafted a running back pretty highly this year.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. Just
yeah, I'm going to check to see who like is still available free agent running back wise. If like we wouldn't have got like Moss, because
there's like Elliott and
because I was thinking like Zeke,
Yeah,
Cordell got signed by Pittsburgh. Trying to think, AJ Dillon went back to Green Bay. Yeah, there's
like I mean, it really
like
wasn't
CEH, Zeke,
to where it would have
Damian
been
Harris,
probably a draft.
a Cam
Draft
Akers.
a guy pretty high.
I would have liked to get Clyde. I do like Clyde.
Grid in the run game, like passing game.
And everybody was like just wanting that LSU connection back together. But I kind of like Moss a lot better, obviously.
Yeah.
But CEH, I think, is a lot younger. I don't remember how old Zach Moss
25.
is.
Or not.
Okay.
No, Zach Moss isn't 25. Clyde Edwards is 25.
He's 24.
Clyde Edwards 24?
Yeah.
Zach Moss probably, my guess is 25.
Because Cam Akers is still a good back. I like. That's still a free agent. J.K. Dobbins, people will want to take a chance on him. Obviously not the Bengals, but like I don't think they would have. But
the thing I like about Zach Moss too is
he's 26.
He's very north south. Like he's going to hit his hole and he's going to run. Like he's not very like flashy as far as like dancing in the hole.
And he breaks a lot of those tackles like in those gap, kind of like with people on him in the gaps.
And especially bringing in Trent Brown, like I think we're going to see a very improved Bengals run game this year. The offensive line as a whole, obviously, I mean, hands down, is the best line going into a season that Burrow's had
For sure.
And I just hope that obviously he stays healthy, but I hope that the run game can take a lot of pressure off of him, because it seems like every year the Bengals, like the defenses just pin their ears back on the Bengals. And I kind of hope that we kind of can break away from that and actually become a well-balanced offense. I'm not saying that Mixon didn't do great for us, because he did, but when you're getting hit, you know, in the backfield majority of your plays, it makes it hard on you.
For sure.
I'm going to put a question up on the screen and then ask you guys it. Would you guys want to re-sign Tyler Boyd?
That's what I've been tweeting. I said, why not bring it back, run it back 1 year since he's still sitting out there? Because I think he was like waiting for somebody to sign, but they've signed for like a couple weeks now. But I don't remember who it was. I'm gonna have to look into it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think his like price tag is going to be anything wild. Like I think that he definitely is a reliable guy who can, you know, make big plays still. No matter what of last year, there was a couple obviously drops he had that could have changed some outcomes, but I don't see him as that player. Those were just moments in a great career he's had. And he's a good veteran leader who kind of got us through the dog days, the late 2000s, like teens. So I would be very happy with bringing Tyler Boyd back.
Would you guys rather have Tyler Boyd, or I've seen it like Ocho Cinco's floated around, or Odell?
I think they're two totally different players.
For sure.
Personally, I think you know, obviously we'll have T this year with Jamar T, Yoshi, and Boyd. I like that better than
Charlie Wilson.
Yeah,
or Charlie Jones.
But I think Yoshi will play more than Charlie. But I think that I like that core better than I like T, Jamar, Odell, and Yoshi, because like T is just, I mean, you think Odell would really go to the slot, you know?
Yeah, I mean Odell can play inside, outside.
Yeah, but I'm just thinking like with his injury history, and
I don't think the Bengals are going to take a risk on him.
I mean, I would love Odell, but
I think he would absolutely ball out in our offense as long as he stays healthy. But
yeah,
I don't know.
I think adding anyone like that could really.
I am curious to see where Odell goes. Like
We
I
could
could see him
honestly-
going to KC.
We could honestly bring them both in if we like. I mean,
for like a 1 year. Like
yeah, I mean they're both not really going to be drawing in crazy money. I don't think.
No, I think the Dolphins are the only ones I've seen in on Odell so far. So I just gotta kind of see what his numbers are going to look like with them
And I don't think
if he does sign.
I don't think the Steelers are probably going to be in on Boyd anymore after they brought in Van Jefferson, which obviously he'd probably play over him, but it was like
Quez too, right?
oh yeah, and they just brought in Quez Watkins too. So it's like
Because Watkins is fast.
He is fast.
so I don't think I see him playing like there.
There's a lot of teams that I mean he could go back to the Giants.
I just don't want
There's
him
teams
to
that
see him
need
go, I just
him,
don't want him to
but-
go to the Chiefs.
GB says he wants to see Charlie Jones get more reps. I do too. I would like to see Charlie Jones.
I think him and Yoshi are going to get a lot of snaps this year.
Yeah, and I'm cool with that. You know,
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's kind of maybe the reason they haven't brought in another receiver. They kind of trust those guys, which you should. I mean, they haven't really got their time to shine, but Yoshi looked really good last year when he got the ball thrown to him, and he made a play.
One guy I kind of want to see, which is just kind of differently, like a different side of the ball, is like for some more depth, is maybe a Calais Campbell for a year.
Absolutely.
Like
yeah.
since like we missed out on Tart, and after Tart, it's like
yeah.
nobody really else is out there. I mean, there is obviously just not bigger names.
You know, he's an edge.
So, Calais?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a little different there.
Yeah, so probably not. But I know like people on Bengals Twitter have been talking about it a little more.
The weird thing, it's weird how Tart and like Becton, like you're not seeing a market for them.
Tart, I heard,
Becton really is shocking to me.
Yeah, because he's 25.
Tart
26.
was probably like the culture fit, I think.
Probably.
I mean, probably not just that, obviously, but
I think Becton was probably. I think we probably offered Becton what we offered Trent Brown, and he didn't want that.
yeah, he didn't want.
Yeah, which makes I mean I understand that on his aspect being so young still and like a former first round pick, but then it's like I mean you got still something to prove, man. Like
yeah, like your injury history is pretty lengthy and your play hasn't been really that consistent.
Yeah, and I mean and we're getting to the part now of like off season where teams are kind of like, okay, we kind of have our team set. Like obviously they would like to bring in a Becton, but a lot of teams are focused on the draft now.
I'm kind of glad we went with Brown over Becton, in my opinion.
Yeah, he's way more proven. He's way more proven.
I just didn't think we'd be able to land
Trent.
Try to be honest.
No,
I didn't really either.
And we knew there was kind of a reason the numbers didn't come out quick. It like took like a week, it seemed like, or maybe it actually was a week.
And James Rapien brought up a good point. It's like, you know, agents usually leak the numbers when it's a good contract. And, well, we didn't hear the numbers for a while, so I figured we kind of got a steal. But $4 million was just kind of.
It's wild.
Prove it deal, kind of. And if he plays well, he knows he'll get paid. Probably somebody's going to overpay him.
For sure.
Next offseason.
I think he's, you know, he knows he's towards his.
Yeah, he's definitely in the later half of his career.
I think that definitely means we are probably going to go offensive tackle or D tackle.
I think we go D tackle.
You think so? I mean, I think it depends who's there. I've heard a lot of people saying that they definitely see us Bengals trading up. Obviously, I don't think that'd be first round. It'd be cool, but it's like, who is it for?
Yeah,
like a Fuaga or
I mean, Mitchell would be cool. I mean, it'd be kind of a wild card pick, but Mitchell would be cool in the first round.
Getting the dog corner, like making our secondary even better. Like you gotta knowing like who we're playing, like who we have to beat. Chiefs, the Bills, which I know like the roster right now doesn't look as good, but they're still going to be there.
D tackle makes I think more sense to me just because like we see Nick Chubb twice a year and Derrick Henry twice a year now. So definitely want to bolster that defensive line. But I mean, this draft's so deep. I mean, and we have 4 picks in the top 100?
Yes.
So
we got.
I'm
18,
all for
49,
I'm
80,
all
97.
for right tackle until Johnny Newton's available at 18.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then it's all Johnny Newton for me. If he's there at 18, did you just do that?
Yeah, I just did.
He just drafted.
I was going to talk about it later on.
Yeah, if Johnny Newton's there at 18, I want him over any of the right tackles.
I absolutely love this mock I got, but I'm going to talk about it a little later. Or I guess I could talk about it now, but because I know you guys didn't really do one.
Yeah, no, you can get.
I just got on here. I was like, I'm just going to do a mock.
Yeah, no, do a mock. We can do some mocks here. Talk about it.
So I did first 3 rounds on PFF because I could see how it was graded. I took Johnny Newton, as I said, round 1, pick 18. A lot of the good tackles were left, or tackles were gone. And the only tackle that was really left is a guy that a lot of the Bengals fans like. I don't know why, which I don't want to say I don't know why. I just don't like the injury history with Mims. Mims was still available, but I wanted to take Johnny Newton over him because obviously we know our defense tier needs help. Not like in a bad way, but like for the future and stuff.
Just depth.
Yeah. In the second round, I got with Teddy on his way out probably after this year. I took Zach Frazier, which I know people were kind of higher on, center from West Virginia. And then pick 80, that's where I got our tackle, Patrick Paul, which I don't think he'll even be there at pick 80 probably, the way it's been sounding. Like
He's been flying up boards.
Yeah, he's been flying up the boards. And then I love this pick. Pick 97, I took tight end Eric All from Iowa. That's tight end you.
Tight end you. Yeah.
So it was A+ for Newton, A for Frazier, B for Paul, and then B+ for Eric All.
I'm sitting here making one right now, and I'll tell you.
I was going to take a running back, but then I was like, can't pass on Patrick Paul.
There's some tough choices in here.
And we signed Moss to 2 years.
Yeah.
So it's like, I see them taking running back. I just don't know when, like we were talking about earlier, when they're going to take that running back.
It's all going to be depending on how they fall. Because, I mean, this draft is so loaded. You don't want to strap yourself to a position that just because like you think you might need it.
Yeah, I think you could find a steal in the later round.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's a lot of running backs in this draft.
Like Chiefs got Pacheco in the 7th round. Like,
yeah.
What was your overall grade?
Overall grade is A.
I got an A- on mine.
Damn. Who'd you get?
I got Johnny Newton with pick 18. Love him. Big fan of his. And then I got Jatavion Sanders at pick 49, second round.
People have been saying like he's having like he either didn't test well or there's like weight issues. Like or maybe that was the D tackle from.
No, that was Sweat.
Yeah, Sweat.
Sanders, he's gonna be receiving back for sure. And I think he would complement Burrow's game.
You mean receiving threat?
Yeah.
You said back.
Yeah, well,
as a running back. Jatavion Sanders.
We're running we're running that wing formation.
He's running the sample roll.
At pick 80, I did get a halfback, Blake Corum. I don't know how you could
pass on
him.
If he's there that late for sure.
I'm a big fan of Blake Corum. I'm not a big Michigan fan, but I am a fan of Blake Corum. And at pick 97, Bo Limmer from Arkansas center.
Yep.
So I don't know how long Teddy's going to be around for. Obviously, I
could see him resigning.
Yeah,
but he's also getting up there in age, I believe. I'm not sure how old he is.
He's played a lot. He's played a lot of football.
Johnny Newton's like for sure pick 1 for me. He's top of my draft board for us. Or if we can't get him,
31.
Rook Aurora
The guy from Clemson. Yeah, I've seen a lot of hype on him recently too as well. I can't even say his name. I'm not even going to attempt it.
Yeah, I need to figure that out.
Yeah, Teddy's going to be 32 in May. He just turned 31 March 15th. So, I don't know. I could see the Bengals doing like a 1 or 2 year deal if Teddy looks good this year. If not, I could see him.
Obviously, we love Ted Karras too. I mean, that dude.
So it's hard to like say that we want to move on from him, but the Bengals need to do whatever they need to do to not win, Dude, the thing I also want to talk about, this isn't even really Bengals related, but J.J. McCarthy is apparently ranked ahead of Drake May from multiple NFL teams. This smokescreen season or what?
I mean, good for the Bengals.
Good for the Bengals. I think he would be taken before the Bengals anyway.
I was just having this conversation with Eric yesterday. I think he's pick 11.
You think to the Vikings?
Yeah, he's for sure. I think he's for sure a Viking.
I think there's going to be a lot. Apparently, the Raiders are wanting to trade up for a quarterback as well.
If I'm a team and I can't get Caleb Williams, I want Jaden Daniels.
I think he's going second to Washington.
That's who I would want. I think Penix, as far as like just talent, is up there too. But I get the injury history scares you. But I think, as far as all those quarterbacks, Penix is probably, other than Caleb, the most pro ready.
You think so?
Yeah. I watched a lot of his college games. He's elite, man.
Who were me and you having the argument all over? Oh, it was Caleb and Drake May, I think.
Yeah.
I was like Team Drake May.
No, you're not a fan of Caleb Williams. I'm a huge fan of Caleb Williams.
I think his best comp for me is Aaron Rodgers.
100, yeah.
Patrick Mahomes I get because he's like the new face. He's obviously 3-time champion now, but just the way he throws and like on the run, it just looks like Aaron Rodgers more to me.
Yeah, kind of a flawless motion where I don't think Patrick Mahomes is that good mechanically, which is weird to say.
He just makes it happen, man. Like
Yeah. I think Aaron Rodgers is probably like he has like one of the best mechanics.
yeah, the way he releases the ball.
Yeah, the best release in the NFL. I honestly do think Caleb Williams is going to make the Bears. I think someone brought it up for his podcast. He's going into like the best situation any number one pick has
100%,
had.
not even close.
So he does have to make it work.
I think at some point we should do like our projections for like all the teams win-loss total because they're I think their projected thing is like 7.5 right now with the Bears.
It's a good line.
Oh, that is a good line. They won
So it's
7
like
last
hard-
year.
yeah.
I would take the over, personally.
Can I see
One game?
2 games, 1 or 2 games first?
I just do their defense is really good too.
Their
Like,
their defense is
like when you have a good defense and weapons for a rookie quarterback.
They also have pick 9.
Yeah, they're gonna probably. I was gonna say receiver, but they got Keenan.
Yeah, so I think they're
They're
going
gonna
to
go-
use it on defense or tackle, right tackle.
They're gonna go
Plus-
BPA.
Because we were like watching the combine and when we got back to the hotel, it was like they could have him and Rome, Duzne,
Yeah.
and it was like,
Yeah,
oh,
but I mean they have
shit.
DJ Moore and Keenan.
Yeah, now they made that blockbuster trade for Keenan late at night.
My thing is like as the Bears, like what are you shooting to do with your team building? You know what I mean?
I think you go just best player available. When you're that kind
Yeah.
of what the Lions did with Gibbs.
Well, like who are their corners? Like I know they got
Jalen
Johnson.
That's right.
I don't know.
I just wish. Obviously, I love Duke, but I wish he was just as aggressive as Ryan Poles is. But at the same time,
Yeah, but that's different. Like think about it.
Jack
he was
Sanborn,
when he was trying to get us
linebacker.
over the hump. Like all that offseason, was it 2020, 2021? When he brought in everybody.
yeah,
Like that's kind of what the Bears are doing now. Like when you have a team as good as like the Bengals are and have shown in the last couple of years, it's harder to. I
Make
feel
those
like
kind
it's,
of
yeah, I
moves.
feel like it's harder because
They do
don't
have
wanna-
Tyreek
you don't wanna
Stevenson and
mess up
Kyler
the year,
Gordon.
I mean, look at the Eagles last year. They brought in all those pieces and I feel like-
Kyler Gordon's pretty good, or he's like up and coming. I believe
He's younger, same as Tyreek Stevenson. They're both young.
they'll probably still draft one if like one of the better ones is there at 9.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Tyreek
They have a lot of
Stevenson's-
picks, don't they? Or no?
Tyreek Stevenson's 23 years old.
I think the Bears have a decent amount of picks too.
You're older than Tyreek Stevenson.
Me?
Yeah.
That's sad.
That's crazy.
I mean, that's just like I'm pretty sure
He's younger than me and
I'm
Gary.
also older. I think I'm older than Jamar too. Which is
Ooh,
a
I think
crazy thing.
Jamar's a little older than me.
Yeah, it's like you see people like that. Your
Yeah,
age.
yeah, they look so much. older.
Jamar's older than you by 16 days.
But still, it's like, hey,
That's like me and Eric were watching the Reds game yesterday,
Like
and
senior year, you could have played him.
CJ Abrams came up the bat, and I'm like, it's crazy. I was like, I'm pretty sure CJ Abrams is younger than me. And I went and looked it up. CJ Abrams is 20 days older than me.
Hey,
I was like, so I still got time.
still got time.
Even though I think he made his debut a couple years ago, so maybe I don't. I'm not making it to the league. But speaking of baseball, how about the Redlegs yesterday?
Yes,
are
sir.
back.
Reds are back. Baseball is back.
Hey, the road to 162-0 started there.
Nobody does opening day like Cincinnati.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Just the pictures of the banks and stuff, which it's always like that, but not that packed. Like,
Yeah.
like you see that picture like every year.
Former Reds draft pick Josiah Gray got rocked yesterday.
Yeah, there's a lot of former Reds on the.
Nick Senzel should
National.
probably never come back
The
to
man
Great
got
American
hurt
Ballpark.
pregame, yeah, which was sad to see. I was hoping to. I didn't want to see him ball, but like, cause it's against us. But like, I thought,
It was really refreshing seeing, because it seemed like last year the bats were there, pitching wasn't. The year before, pitching was there, bats weren't.
You know, it's great. We had 9 hitters yesterday.
Yeah.
mhm.
8 of them had great at bats.
Yeah.
Eight of them had great approaches to the plate. Candelario had the worst approach I've seen.
He struck out what 3 times.
He was up there just swinging. I don't know if that's how he usually starts. You know what I mean?
I will say I was happy to see Ellie look good at the plate.
Ellie looked really confident.
Like he took
At
some,
the
he
plate.
took some pitches last year. He would have definitely swung at.
Yeah.
His
There were a
average-
few he swung at that I'm like, what the hell are you doing? But
yeah,
he's still adjusting to his new approach.
yeah. He went what 1 for 3 and a walk.
I think obviously working with
Yeah.
Soto all off season or most of the
runs.
off season was pretty nice. He,
Stolen
he,
base.
he almost had that sick play at short.
Nick
But he
Mar-
like threw it into the dugout.
Yeah. I was like, what the hell are you doing?
But then you had Fraley throw out Winker to end the inning, which
Yeah.
is kind of funny.
Winker,
that was
yeah.
first inning, yeah.
I was like, oh,
Nick Martini, 33-year-old, 2 homers. That was his That was his first opening day game
Yep.
he's ever started. And this is the first time he's ever made the opening day roster. And he homered twice.
That's just baseball, though, man. Like
you'd
somebody
love
like
it.
that goes off every night. Like that's what's beautiful about baseball to me.
And Carcion Strand went 0 for 4, but he still had great ABs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Will Benson hitting second was kind of a surprise to me.
Will Benson looks good though.
But he
I think
has
they
a great
did 'cause
approach
he
to play.
consistently puts the ball on the bat on the ball.
And he has a great eye.
Yeah, everyone who down at Frankie Montas for being
6
opening day
innings.
starter, 6 innings, 4 hits,
he
4
could
strikeouts.
he could have went longer.
He could have.
And people are gonna say it's the Nationals; they're not very good, but it's still an MLB team. Like that's 2 other pitchers are gonna face and stuff like that.
Well, I
like,
said the funny thing about baseball is we'll win 8-2. The very next day, we could
We'll
lose
lose.
20 to nothing.
Yeah,
that's just baseball.
yeah, just like the Diamondbacks.
Pitchers are on, they're
16
on, they're
goals.
not, they're not, and you just got to be able to.
Bullpen, Emilio
Yeah, the
Pagan,
new red. I was like
1 inning, 2 hits, 2 earned runs.
Eddie Rosario.
Brent Suter looked really good though. I
Yeah,
did
he
like
pitched,
seeing
He
him.
pitched the 8th in the 9th. The Cincinnati boy let him finish it out.
Yep.
Which was awesome.
We
Yeah,
don't want to really want to talk too much baseball in here just because we are like Bengals first.
Mm-hmm.
But like it's just baseball season. Opening day was yesterday.
The vibes.
We
were
all
high.
love baseball. We all played baseball together.
Yep.
Like that's really our thing. Was like is baseball.
Yeah. Like playing. I love playing baseball more than football, but I love like watching the sport.
Oh,
Football.
I've made that comment several times.
Like when you're playing, I love playing baseball.
Baseball
more,
will always be my number one
But
sport.
then when it's like coming to watching
Yeah.
football, it's
It's
hard
just,
to beat.
I think it's just because like football is so much more fast paced.
Yeah,
Like-
which I like that they did. Like everybody
baseball-
complained about the pitch clock. I love the pitch clock.
I don't know if
kinda
it's because,
tightening up
like,
the pace.
It's because I grew up playing baseball, but I have just this respect for the game of baseball.
So yeah, I mean, MLB players, they're so talented. Like hitting a baseball going that fast is just
Dude,
remarkable to me.
It's like that argument.
I
It's like,
stepped in. Were you there when I went into the cage?
yeah, that was
Cages.
it, yeah.
I put it at like when I was like 16 or 17, I could hit like easily.
Yeah.
I go into the cages. I put it on like 65. Couldn't touch it.
Well, to be fair, we have been playing slow pitch. Like the
We've
last,
been
like,
playing slow
3
pitch
years.
softball for a while now,
Yeah.
so it's not like we're used to those fast
Yeah.
pitches. But hopping into the cage and seeing 65, I'm like,
yeah,
I used to see this shit all the time.
Yep.
Now it's like
yeah, that was
it's
like
whizzing past
that
me
was like a meatball back in the day.
now. But like I can't touch that now.
Yeah. What is good pasture throw? Like I was used to hitting good
That dude-
pasture.
He threw like 75, 80.
That-
Like,
yeah.
Good pasture.
A couple of those South Dearborn kids we faced. I mean, they threw pretty hard too.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one threw like 84.
I
83.
mean, those days were kind of crazy though. I don't know, but like just people thinks baseball easy. Just step into a box.
It's what is it? Getting a hit off of MLB pitcher
I mean, there's a reason you go
or
3 out of
bowl
10.
300 in bowling. It's like which one do you think you could do first?
Oh,
or
I
something
think I
like
could
that?
get a hit first.
Or it's something like that.
There's a
isn't it?
reason that if you hit 3 times out of 10 in the MLB, you go to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy.
Gary, what was that thing though? Bowl of 300 or
Yeah, it's bowl of 300 or get a MLB, or hit a home run off a major league pitcher.
Oh, the home run's kind of harder, but
Not a
no,
hit,
dude. I think
home
I'm
run.
hitting a home run first.
I think I'm bowling a perfect game.
You know how hard it is to bowl?
You know how many more? Yeah, but dude, I think about it. If you bowled every single day,
you
like
get better.
practiced every
If
single
you
day.
put me in the batting cages for every
Dude, I'm
single
telling
day,
you, okay,
You said okay.
I'm just more confident I
We'll
can
put
hit a
that-
home
we'll put
run.
that- we'll put that poll out.
Yeah, we will.
I'm saying bowling, but that's just me.
Bowling's hard.
Yeah, but it's all about like a rhythm. Like you find out how to throw
Bowling,
it.
but bowling's luck.
No,
I wouldn't say it's a lot.
it's not.
Bowling's
No,
luck.
it's
Give
not
me the
luck.
bumpers, brother.
If you have the same throw every time and you have it down, nowhere to spin it, like that's not.
Well, it's
luck.
also how the lanes are oiled,
right.
how the
but you
oil
figure
moves
that
throughout
out-
the
you
game.
find
Just
that
like
out.
we bowling, brother. Like it's kind of like
Well, it's like
Nah,
okay,
but-
like do you think you could bowl a 300 or rut or get a throw a touchdown pass?
Well, if it's like a, blowout fourth quarter, they got the D team in.
the DT.
I don't know.
It's Baltimore Ravens last year. You're in the red zone. You have to get a game-winning drive.
Do I
Could
get
you
the-
could
do
you
I
do
get the-
that, or
do I get the best lineman and Jamar out there?
you get a specific team?
What's the team?
Vikings.
I'm throwing with the JJ. I mean, I like my chances.
He's injured.
He's injured.
Let's keep it realistic here. He's injured.
All right, I have Hawkinson. I like my chances.
Hawkinson.
No, he's out that game. He hurt his leg.
No.
Osborne's gone.
No, yeah.
They got Jordan Addison.
Jordan Addis had a really impressive touchdown against us last year.
He looked good all year. But I think that we're at a weird spot as far as like the sports league like year. Free agencies are really slowing down. The draft's about to ramp up. So I think
That's what we had these conversations like pre-show. Like
Yeah.
it's hard. And I was just telling my dad too. Like it's kind of hard to come up with things to talk about.
That's why I said we
especially,
should
like,
we should do like topics where we're like picking the over unders of team wins like they have, or
Yeah.
I think like the
Shit,
next
stuff
couple
like
weeks
that.
though, it's gonna get
more draft.
because like the
obviously.
draft's coming up, and we can start doing like team predictions, like you said, because
we're gonna start doing like for full first round mocks
Yeah,
too,
for sure.
which I think will be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, you did that
Caleb
once,
Williams
yeah.
going first, just let you guys know.
what Blockbuster?
But
I got him trading back.
I have the Vikings trading the 11th and 26 or something like that. The pick 3 to the Patriots for JJ McCarthy.
JJ,
It's possible. Don't say
I
it's
think they're
not.
Gonna, I think they're gonna end up with Drake. Jaden's gonna go to Washington.
I don't
Jaden.
know. I do think that it'll get more. Episodes will get more fun as we get closer to the draft.
Yeah.
Uncle Shane said, "I think you could all bowl at 300 or close to it if you played a lot. We aren't hitting an MLB pitcher."
Yeah,
Thank you, Uncle Shane. I'm telling you.
Okay, but if the MLB pitcher is like, I don't know, R.A. Dickey.
No, dude, it's
All right,
Randy, it's Randy
Dickey.
Johnson.
It's Randy Johnson.
Okay, I'm not hitting. I bat lefty. I'm not hitting Randy Johnson.
Fine, it's Chapman when he was in his prime.
He's also a lefty. I'm not hitting him. I bat lefty. I can't hit lefties.
I'm just throwing guys out there who throw straight gas.
Straight gas. Hunter Green.
He
I could hit him.
He might hit you.
He might.
He might hit me. Just go up there swinging.
Yeah. Okay.
Just close your eyes.
You gotta swing.
Close
You gotta
your
swing
eyes.
when they're about to finish their windup. If you
Now,
want to hit it,
can I use a metal bat?
sure.
But, like-
sure. I'm picking the bowling as well. I can't hit, so
I think you could.
I don't think you're.
It's all kinetic energy.
even in Great
motion.
American, where the field is only like what 327.
No, put me
Coors.
in Colorado.
yeah, put him in Coors Field.
elevation.
The elevation.
I need the
He needs
extra help.
You
Yeah, he
need the
needs
juice
help.
balls too. That way.
No, like for real. I've seen that the POV, like the catcher's view of Yu Darvish throwing his 2-seamer.
I think that was on Twitter, wasn't it? Recently?
Yeah, that dude. It looked like it was going to hit Freddie Freeman and it cut back in.
It's a fastball too.
Like it's insane.
Yeah, I think we should also before we and talk about the new rules.
Oh yeah, we gotta. I'm in favor of the kickoff rules because someone I think it was James Rapien brought up, like kickoff was kind of just a time to just kind of go to the bathroom, refill your drinks, get another beer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now this kind of gets you more intrigued to kind of watch the kickoff. What you guys think?
So
Just because, like, usually kickoffs, 80-90% of them
also,
are
I don't-
touchbacks.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they moved the touchback to the 35 too.
Yeah, they
on the
did.
kickoff.
Yeah,
So it's like
yeah.
you're definitely not kicking it.
There's a landing zone.
Yeah, you have
Like,
to kick it in between. It's like the 1 yard line and 20 yard line. I think
I think it might be 15.
15.
So you're definitely going to see them not kicking it to the end zone for touchbacks.
I
You're
don't
going to
like-
make them return it.
I don't like the onside part.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah,
let them
I don't
know.
understand why
Like,
you
no
have to
more-
let them know.
No more surprise onside is stupid. It's already so rare to get an onside, and you just made a.
Yeah,
basically impossible.
onsides are completed less than 2%.
In the next 2 years, they're going to prove that like the
Oh, you got to
trying to
hit another. Well, no, we'll continue with the kickoff, then we'll get into another new rule.
where they're going to try to do like the 4th and 20 instead of the onside.
That is
where
so
Don't do
dumb.
that. Don't
But
do
if
that.
you do that,
I mean
if
that
you do
I like
that-
that better than the onside, but a lot of people are going to
if you
convert
do that,
more.
eliminate special teams because what's the point?
Yeah, you're kind of just taking away. Yeah, Evan McPherson brought up a good little thing. Like if you kick it through the uprights on the kickoff, it's 4 points.
Yeah,
kinda
because
cool.
the kicker's all back by himself.
Yeah.
Like way further behind.
Watch him. The Bengals tweeted that we would never lose. We could do that.
That would be sick.
Him and Justin Tucker, really put the points
Yeah, I
point
think it.
record.
I mean, what rule were you about to talk about?
The hip drop. I think you're just taking away from the
Look, I'm all for player safety. Like I think it's so smart to be like proactive on player safety, but you can't change the game of football for that.
well that's like people are bringing up like in the draft fast ass players because then once they get past you can't tackle
I
them.
mean, that's just the Chiefs just signed a rugby player, right?
yeah, that's
Yeah.
probably just them taking advantage of the hip drop.
Like obviously, like everybody wants to use like the Logan Wilson thing as like the poster of it, but if you like break down the rule, that wasn't even a hip drop.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. But they didn't even use that video in the rule examples. But they used there's a couple videos of the Bengals players getting tackled.
I just think like obviously it's gonna be so bang bang Like I hate that there's another penalty for refs to decide games.
Oh, for sure. It's
Like-
gonna happen this year. We're gonna be late in the fourth quarter. It's gonna be under 2 minutes.
And their thing to that was there's only average of like 1 per game, and it's like not anymore. There won't be.
No, hell
They're
no.
gonna be looking for.
and then the whole
Make it reviewable if you're gonna do this. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. What do you guys think about the challenges though?
Yeah, I
Like,
know that's what I was just.
The challenges
I don't
are
like that.
I'm hit or miss. on
Two's
it.
fine.
it's such a weird.
I don't
thing.
think it'll really impact as much as we think.
No, that's my thought about it. That's why I'm like okay with it because it's really you're not gonna
I don't
really
think
care.
you won't. I don't think you'll see a big difference in like watching the games. Now, a team that challenges a lot, like say like the Lions,
The Lions
like it could because obviously they're not going to be as scared to challenge a play.
and Dan Campbell, I think he has like the worst challenge rate, win rate.
Yeah. Well,
And
it's
they
probably 'cause
proposed
he
it.
probably just does it so much.
That's
Yeah.
really that. I mean, the more you throw, the more you're
Yeah.
probably gonna fail. So I
Um,
mean,
But I like it in the fact that you don't lose your timeout.
yeah,
I mean,
I always thought it was kind of stupid.
I get it. That's part like you're challenging like the rules, of the ref, and if you get it wrong, you lose your timeout. But I wish they would have just not taken the timeout away instead of giving you another challenge.
I think we need to be able to challenge under 2 minutes,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
just because
Sometimes they don't even go look at it.
at that point you do get to the 2 minute
Yeah,
warning,
that's the most
And then-
important
and then-
part of the game.
and then all you can think about is this is kind of out of the coach's hands.
Absolutely is
Rule wise, you know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah.
completely out of his hands.
that or like make every play, every single play should be under review.
Yeah, at that point, under 2 minutes, yeah. Any
Like,
flag,
from upstairs. Like,
yeah. Which I think they did talk about that. I don't know if they went on to approve that or if they discussed it, where New York would have a lot more of an impact this year than
Yeah.
because we saw that last year at the Raiders and Packers game. I think it was New York called in about the
yeah, in the playoffs.
illegal man downfield. No,
The Raiders didn't make playoffs.
no, this is
Oh, I think
preseason
so.
or
I think
regular
so,
season.
Rams, sorry.
But there's the Packers had a legal man downfield that they called on the field, but New York called in and said no, he was fine.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
A lot more communication between the two.
But I think right now, I think it's hard enough to be an NFL ref, and I think this is going to make it 10 times harder.
Yeah.
Just because
Well, for a lot of them,
It's
it's a
hard to do-
part-time job.
if you like read the rule for the hip drop, it's like wrapping your arms, swinging your hips. I don't
Yeah.
I don't really understand.
I think you're only going to see it in like the open field tackles because like in pileups, it's going
oh,
to
100% it's going to be. But like, what are you as a defender? What are you supposed to do? And like, I saw examples on Twitter. Like, what would you do in this situation? Like, honestly, I think Logan Logan Wilson obviously wasn't a hip drop, but they want to say it is. In that situation, if he dives for the ankles, he was a yard away from reaching the ball over for a first down. And I saw one where Hayden Hurst got hip drop tackled. If the defender did anything other than that, Hayden Hurst is easily getting into the end zone, without a doubt.
I mean, it's football at the end of the day. Like guys are going to get hit.
If I was a defensive player, I'd be like, it's not my job to protect you.
Yeah, no.
It's your job to protect
You know
yourself.
what I think is going to happen? There's going to be a lot more like hard hits.
Yeah,
because
just
the
like
guys
straight
aren't gonna
up.
want to
Like,
wrap up as much anymore. And
But you can't do that though anymore.
But I'm saying like I think it's going to like become that point.
I hope
where
it does. I really do. I like hard hits. It makes it a cool compilation on YouTube.
I really think
Makes
that's what's
cool
going to
compil-
happen. But that's just my thoughts on it.
the other one was really just like they moved the trade deadline,
That's cool.
which is cool. I mean,
That's
they made
fine.
the season longer.
Yeah,
so,
it makes
like,
sense.
a week, so make it a week.
What are you guys' thoughts on the Christmas Wednesday games?
Yeah,
Like, that's
I know people were complaining, which I
Give the
understand.
player. I mean, I get it.
For
'Cause,
health.
like for views, like they have a lot of views on Christmas. So business aspect, I understand it. But as far as like
because they're still
for
going to play on
people,
that, probably on that Sunday.
like I think give the guys Christmas off.
yeah. That's Thanksgiving. I understand.
yeah,
That's
a
always,
little.
that's always tradition. It's like
I would
3
give the
games,
guys
too.
off Christmas,
Which
though.
I guess Christmas,
Christmas
is
is
what
different.
2 games they said. I
Well, it's
think?
like you have a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Yeah,
game
because they
now.
do the Black Friday games
Yeah.
too. So it's like they're probably gonna be
Monday,
playing on
Wednesday,
that Sunday.
Thursday, Friday,
They're gonna be- and
Sunday.
their problem is like their health.
Yeah,
They're gonna be playing on that Sunday, and it's like,
Well, you need to add another bye week.
yeah,
yeah.
you're
If you're
doing
gonna do
this.
that, yeah.
I think if the Bengals get a home Christmas game, I'm going to be pissed. I'm
I don't
going
think-
to be livid.
I think they like kind of asked around the league who won. Maybe not. I want to say
Paul
they kind of
Brown-
asked
not
around
Paul-
the
Mike,
league. but
Mike Brown wanted the Bengals to be
I thought
the
for
Black
sure
Friday.
I thought we
Yeah.
were going to be playing on Thanksgiving because we didn't play the Lions last year. We played the Cowboys. Yeah. Well, we played the Cowboys again this year. So
It
we
would be
could
cool to
have.
be- it would be
I
really
want
cool
a
to play on
Thanksgiving game.
Thanksgiving.
I want a Thanksgiving game, but
No,
No,
Why?
I was cool with Black Friday because I don't give a shit about Black Friday.
All you do is watch Thanksgiving football.
Exactly. That's what we do. Imagine now the Bengals are
Were we
playing.
sweating?
Now you're sweating.
You ain't really.
Now
eating.
you're
Like, my
pissed.
stomach, man.
You're with your family.
You're like, my stomach's full.
You're drinking more beers.
You're like, dude, what the hell?
Facts.
Yelling in front of
And if it's a home game for us,
You're going.
I have to miss Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that's true.
I haven't missed the Bengals game.
Pack it to go play, bro.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, they better be serving turkey at the stadium.
nah.
Turkey ways.
Turkey wings. Dude, that'd be so nasty.
Ugh.
That's like the nacho thing they do at Reds games with the Cincinnati. That's nasty. I couldn't do that.
I don't know.
But the Black Friday I'm cool with. Christmas I'm not okay with, just because Christmas is the day that you need.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think that. I mean, I get the NBA has always done Christmas games, but I think Christmas should just be like,
Yeah, but NBA Christmas games don't even get like
well, because the NFL.
NFL now. Yeah.
but the NBA doesn't get the viewership NFL does.
Well, no, it's shorter season.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just so tough to put players on Christmas.
I'm same
Let them
way.
be with their families.
Same way. But yeah, I mean that's pretty.
People,
much,
I mean, I'm sure like I don't know when Thanksgiving football started. I'm sure they had the same reaction then as we do now.
yeah, but players I feel like playing on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, because it is a traditional
Yeah.
thing now.
Like
You win.
same
you
with the
start
NBA.
smacking
On,
that turkey
same
leg.
with
I
the
feel like-
NBA on Christmas.
I feel like the Christmas thing with NFL players is going to be it's just going to be such a weird thing.
I don't like it.
Yeah, no. I think in another bye, I think we need another bye week.
You think teams should get 2 bye weeks?
Yeah. I really do, just because I mean, if you want to keep lengthening the season,
Yeah, because especially
making
with
them
them
play
wanting
on-
extended another week, you
Like, you see
definitely
the-
got to put 2
do you see the
buys.
football slate for this
Yeah,
year?
it's crazy.
Like we have football on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday to end off the year,
Yeah,
and Sunday, Monday,
Yeah,
because we got college. We got college.
the college is
We
the
got the
playoffs is usually
The
that
college
weekend.
playoffs are
Well, now it's bigger too, so who knows? Like when, because now the playoffs is bigger, more teams now.
Yeah, but I'm saying the
Championship or not championship?
The,
That's New Year's. It's like
well, the bowl
Monday
games
after
before
New
the championship.
Year's. I'm
the
not a big
Natty.
college head.
college football playoffs.
Yeah,
Like
But
the,
it's
the Rose Bowl.
it's extended now, so
That's what I'm saying. The
we got
playoffs are bigger now.
the Cotton Bowl, and the Rose Bowl, right?
Yeah,
That's the 2 already usually.
but I think now it's
thought-
gonna be like the Peach Bowl. I can't name them all.
The PlayStation Bowl,
Yeah.
the Fiesta
PlayStation.
Bowl,
Yeah,
the
honestly,
Tortitos Bowl,
Tostinos,
Tostinos,
That's team.
the Nissan Bowl. It's just whoever pays
the
the
Sugar Bowl.
most.
A lot of football. I mean, they want those views.
I'm excited for the 12-team playoff though.
Yeah, next year I think was it Colton? You said like 14.
Yeah,
you said
they
something
already
like
want to
14.
extend it more.
Wow,
Haven't even seen 1 year.
we're
of
gonna
the
get
other
to 14, and the
Here's gonna
Bearcats
be-
still won't be in it.
They made a playoff though, so you got to give them their credit.
Yeah, I went to that game too, which I was so excited from there.
one. And they look good. What, first half, or it was like first couple?
First half
possessions?
was cool.
That's what I thought.
First-
First
after
half, they
that-
looked good, and then
And then Alabama said, "Hey, we're Alabama."
Alabama, yeah, pretty much.
Who was their QB that year?
Alabama's
Yeah.
young.
Oh, Bryce.
Yeah. No Mac attack.
No Mac tag.
Yeah, he won it.
No.
He actually won a Natty.
Yeah. Who did they play that year?
2020. Who did they play?
1 to 20. We need a research
Look it
guy.
up because I don't know.
2020.
Was it
Okay.
Clemson? The
College
Georgia?
football
It might have been Georgia,
championship. That's you said me 2020, you
or
assholes.
okay, 2021.
20,
Sorry.
yeah,
My
2021.
bad. That one was LSU.
The 2020 2021
That was
championship.
Burrow. The Clemson, Alabama beat Ohio State,
Okay.
52 to 24.
Ohio State.
Yeah, because it was what?
Yeah, how the hell they beat
UC.
Ohio
No, they
State?
didn't beat
Yeah,
Ohio
because
State.
I don't know.
Ohio State didn't make it. Ohio State was 5th or
So
6th that
was
year.
it 22 then? Because that's what it says. I don't know. But this
I'm pretty
playoff
sure it was
bracket shows
Georgia.
Michigan, Georgia on the other side of UC, Bama. So it was probably Georgia. I don't think Michigan made it, did they?
No.
Pretty sure it was Bama, Georgia then. Because this shows Michigan, Georgia on the other side of the UC, Bama.
You know, it was definitely Alabama, UC, Georgia, and Michigan
Yeah.
because George Pickens went off against Dax Hill.
Eric just liked the tweet that I retweeted.
Oh, Eric did? Where are you at?
Hey, Rick.
He just liked I was like quote tweeting our shit on here.
I
Well,
mean,
yeah.
pretty solid episode though.
yeah.
Got a lot of good talking points in.
How am I looking at this? How did?
I know that's what I said. It's like weird.
Why is it also saying? It wasn't Ohio State.
I know, that's why I said it's
Am
looking
I
all whack.
tripping here? Anyone in the chat get this up for
Also,
us?
I'm kind of glad that Clowney didn't go back to the Ravens. He always seemed the ball against the Bengals. He's in Carolina. Man went to Carolina, joined the young team, be a vet in that locker room since they got rid of all their vets. Vaughn, I mean, welcome back, Vaughn. We talked about last week, though. I'm really curious to see our starting safety room. It's probably going to be Vaughn and Gino.
No.
You don't think so?
No.
What do you think it's going to be?
I think it'll be Gino and Battle.
I don't know, man.
Battle's going to start.
I hope so. I'm team
I
Battle.
would bet money that he's starting.
And the man looked good against the run and the pass.
I would bet money.
But there's a reason they brought in Vaughn.
Yeah, for the league minimum. Yeah.
Well, he's getting paid $6
This is
million,
where we
okay.
messed up because it's a 2022.
Yeah, that's why I said
College
is it
football.
22 and you
It
guys
was Georgia Bulldogs versus Alabama.
and then they spanked
Bulldogs
Bama.
won 33-18.
Is that the year that Jameson got hurt in that? No.
Yeah. But Mac Jones won. He won a 90.
So
They went undefeated.
In 23?
No.
No.
Georgia
21.
went back to back.
21 is
Yeah.
when Mac Jones won against Ohio
Yeah,
State.
Justin Fields.
Yeah. Because Justin Fields outdueled Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
Or no?
No, not Trevor Lawrence. Klubnik or whatever his name is.
No, it was Trevor Lawrence.
Was it Trevor Lawrence?
It was Trevor Lawrence.
Because then after that, Georgia went back to back.
back to
Dude,
back.
there's so much college football. That's hard to keep
Now
track
there's
of.
just gonna be more playoffs.
Yeah, that's true. That's how we're going to end our show today with a lot of confusing college football talk. We'll be
That's
back.
why we don't talk college football.
Yeah, I only pay attention to the Bearcats. And then outside of that, it's kind of, nothing. All right, well, we will see you guys next week for sure.
See you next week.